Yes. Now come to the concept. What is React.js? Okay. First, let me open on edit place. Yes. What is this? React. So React.js is nothing but a library, JavaScript library. So we are using this React.js to work with the websites as well as mobile applications. Okay. Yes. So React.js is the library of JavaScript. So it is library of JavaScript to implement websites. Yes. So why we are using this React.js? To implement the websites. So for that, we are using this React.js. So it is a library of JavaScript. Next. We can use React to create dynamic functionalities on websites. Yes. For the reason mainly to create dynamic functionalities on the websites. In that point of view, we are using React.js. Is it clear? Yes. The main purpose is to create the dynamic functionalities on the website. Okay. Yes. So if you take any website, how many pages we have? First, we are discussing that. First one is design phase. Second one is coding phase. Like that, in every website, we have two phases. First one is design phase. Second one is coding phase. Okay. In design phase, we are creating user interfaces. What is user interface? Nothing but the front page. For example, here I am going to open Facebook. Now, if you observe this, this is one user interface. So here we have some HTML controls like text box button and any images you can place heading text like that. These type of user interfaces we can create using design phase. Okay. Yes. In coding phase, we are implementing the logics. Okay. Yes. So you know how to, what are the technologies we are using here to create the user interfaces, HTML, CSS. So these are the technologies we are using to create the user interfaces. We are using HTML, CSS. Now, logics, if you take here, there are two types of logics we have. One is client side. Second one is server side. Client side means executes in browser. Server side logics executes in server. So remember this in coding phase. So we are implementing two types of codings. Okay, means in websites. So one is client side coding. Another one is server side coding. Like that. Is it clear? Yes. So client side code means where it executes in browser. Server side code executes in server. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, for example, in this Facebook, they implemented both client side as well as server side scripts. Okay, so when I type facebook.com, the original client side script downloads into my browser. I am the client of Facebook now. Okay. So if you are accessing the Facebook, you will become as one client. Like that, X is accessing the Facebook. He is also one client. Like that, if you are accessing any website, that person comes under a client of that website. Is it clear? Yes. Like that. So here, at the time of downloading the web page, the original client side code downloads into my browser and it executes in my browser. That is the concept of client side script. Okay. Yes. Now, if you right click, you can see inspect, not inspect. So view page source. So here it displays some script. Is this script implemented by me? No. It is implemented by Facebook Corporation, right? Yeah, this script is implemented by Facebook, not by me. Is it clear? Yes. So it is downloaded into my browser and executed in my browser. Like that, client-side scripts executes in browser. Okay. Server-side script executes in web server. Only result is downloading into browser. Like that, the development point of view, we have two types of scriptings. One is client-side script. Another one is server-side script. So what are the examples for these client-side scripts? Okay. JavaScript and the next level technologies of JavaScript like react.js, Angular, etc. Okay. So JavaScript, React, Angular, all these technologies comes under client-side scripts. Is this clear? Yes. So server-side scripts, what are the examples? ESP, JSP, PHP, Node, all these technologies comes under server-side scripts. Yes. Like that, two types of scriptings we have. One is client-side script. Second one is server-side scripts. Is it clear? Yes. Now, what is React.js? It is a client-side script, okay, to implement web applications. It is nothing but the library of JavaScript. Okay, yes. We are using this React.js to create dynamic functionalities on the websites. What the purpose why we are using? To create the dynamic functionalities on the websites. In that point of view, we are using this React.js. So that is the reason. Okay, yes. Now, what are these dynamic functionalities we are creating? So that topic we are discussing now. So here why we are using the client-side scripts? That's the main question. So I given some points now. First one, react.js is the library of JavaScript. Okay, it is providing additional functionalities to work with the JavaScript. So where we are using the JavaScript, React, okay, these technologies in the website development. In website, we have two different phases. One is designing phase, next one is coding phase. Like that, we have two phases. In the designing phase, so designers working with HTML, CSS, these technologies. In the coding phase, we people means so client-side programmers, UI developers, as well as server-side programmers are involving. So UI developers are working with JavaScript, React, Angular, and server-side programmers are working with ASP, JSP, PHP, Node, these technologies. So that is the concept of this. Is it clear? So like that, we have these two types of scripting languages. Now, our main role is client-side programming. That is the main concept. So where we are using this one to work with the client side, we are using this. Now, which type of operations we can do using client side scripts? Okay. Yeah. So that we are discussing. Before that, any questions, any doubts you have, you can ask me. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Hmm? No doubts. Okay, fine. Then why we are using client side scripts? First reason, to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yeah. The first reason why we are using this client side script is to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. By default, all HTML controls are static controls. If you take HTML button or text box or image, all this comes under static. You want to convert them as dynamic. Okay. You want to convert them as dynamic. Then we are taking the support of these client-side scripts. I will show you one example for better understanding. Okay. Now, simple HTML program I'm creating. So I open Notepad, save this file with name demo.html. Yes. So this is demo.html. Is it clear? Now in my desktop, I have one image Apple and all like that. We have these images. Okay. This is apple.jpif. I think I will show that image. Yes, apple.jpif. img source is equal to apple.jpif. Width is equal to 200 pixels. Like that given. For this file, demo.html. Okay. Yes. Now, let me open that demo.html file. Yeah. So this is the file which is created. So in browser, I'm opening. One second, why it is. Yeah. It is opening directly like this. Okay. Right click, Right. Okay. So do one thing then. This is HTML file only, but direct browser is coming like this. Okay. Mm-hmm. One second. So demo. So it displays the image control. So here, this is one HTML image tag I have taken. And in this, just if you observe, I taken that source as well as with property. Okay. Yes. So like that. What are the properties I have given at the time of designing the web page? With these properties, it is loaded into a browser. So with these properties, it is loaded into browser. So that is the main thing. Now, in this browser, so you can't change the properties of the control. So for example, if I click on the control, okay, if I click on this control, the source I want to change. What is the source we have? Apple. I want to change that source to something like, yeah, all.jpg is that I want to change. So by default, it is not possible because HTML is static. Static means what is that? What are the properties we are providing at the time of designing the page? With these properties, it is loaded. That is the concept of static. Okay. Yes. You want to make it dynamic. Okay. You want to make this as dynamic. So in that point of view, either you can take the support of JavaScript or next level technologies of JavaScript like React, Angular, etc. So here, for your clarity, I'm writing a small statement. Don't try to understand this. We'll discuss these all programmings. Okay, now a simple code I'm writing. Yes, a small code I have written. When I click on this image control, then so source I'm changing with all.jpg. So in that point of I'm taking the support of JavaScript like this. Okay. Now if I refresh and click on this, now you can see it is changed. So which property we changed? SRC property. Like that, not only SRC, any type of property we can change by using this concept. Is it clear? Yes. This is about the concept of this one. Yes. Yeah. Good. So runtime runtime in the sense when the application is loaded, then you want to change the properties of any HTML controls. In that point of view, take the support of this client side scripts. That's the first point which I shared you. Next, to validate, yes, input controls. So input controls validation point of view also. Yes, input controls validation point of view. We are using this client side scripts. Like you want to check text box is empty or not, password retype password matching or not. These type of all validations you want to perform. Then also you're taking the support of these client side scripts. Okay. Next one. To execute logics in browser. Already I told you. So what the logics were implemented with the client side scripts? Those logics execute where? In browser. Okay. So the logics, what we are implementing with this client-side technology, those logics execute in browser. So that is the main point. So one scenario, if you take in banking applications, EMI calculation is there, right? Yes. So that EMI calculation, okay. So user will enter principal amount and a loan tenure like 5 years or 7 years. Okay. So user will enter these values based on the rate of interest. We need to calculate what the EMI he has to pay per month. Yes. So what the EMI he has to pay per month, that we need to do. Right. So in this point of view, you can use either JavaScript or you can use either client-side script or server-side script. So what the benefit if I use the client-side script here? Yeah. Benefit is nothing but it executes where? In browser. Yes, it executes in browser. So that's why when user click on the button, immediately can see the result. But the same logic if you implement with the server-side script, when user click on the button, the request is going to the server. There the script is processing and response is coming back to the browser. Like that for this request and response process, it takes some time. So due to that reason, most of the logics in websites were developing with client-side technologies only. Yes. So that's the main point of this. Okay. So the performance is very fast. Next one. To work with Ajax. Yes. To work with the Ajax concept. Then also we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. Like that, these are the main areas where we are using this client-side scripting languages. Got it? Yes. I hope you understand this concept, right? Yeah. So we will do all these things practically. So anyhow, in interviews, definitely they will ask you what is client-side script and where we are using this client-side script. Client-side script means executes the script which executes in browser. We are calling as client-side script. Client-side scripts we are using mainly to apply dynamic functionalities and HTML controls. Next one, to validate the input controls. Next one, to execute the logics in browser and to work with the Ajax concept. In these areas, we are using these client-side scripts. So that is the main point. Okay. Yes. So I hope you understand. Now, what is the history of React.js? Okay. Yes. So who implemented React.js? So React.js is a client-side script or server-side script? Hmm? So what is your answer for
Client
this
side.
question? React.js is it client-side script or server-side script? It
Client
is
side script.
client-side script. Okay, so it is providing some additional features to work with the JavaScript. That's why we're also calling it as it is library of JavaScript. The library of JavaScript. Okay, next one. This React just executes where? In browser. Okay, yes. So why we are using client-side technologies? What the reason to use the client-side scripting languages? Yes, the reasons are nothing but first one to apply dynamic functionalities on the HTML controls. Second one to validate the input controls and execute some logics in browser and also to work with the Ajax. And in this point of view, getting the support of this client side. Okay, fine. So any doubts you have? In this point of view, have any doubts? Now, React.js implemented by Mr. Jordan Walkie in the year 2013. Actually, they started development and they released the first version 2011. But so public version they released in 2013. Okay. So who implemented Jordan Waki and his team? Okay. So Jordan Waki is one of the employees of Facebook. Actually, react.js belongs to Facebook only. So Jordan Waki is one of the employees of Facebook. He implemented this react.js in the year 2013. Is it clear? Yes. So what is the main reason behind this implementation? Why he implemented this react.js? Yeah. Actually, in Facebook, to work with the chat concept, okay, chatting concept is the right to implement some concepts, the chatting point of view, he implemented one script that is React.js. Actually, initial purpose is to implement some logics in the chat concept of Facebook. Later, later they added more functionalities and released this React.js as open source client-side script. From then, every company started working with this React.js. So now many websites like Instagram, Apple websites, okay, and next one that Flipkart, all these websites contain this React.js coding. Okay. So anyhow, the main implementation is to work with the chat concept of Facebook. So for that purpose, they use this React.js development. Okay. Who implemented this? Mr. Jordan Walker in the year 2013. Maintaining by Facebook Corporation. So basic version is 1.x and the current version 18.x is available. Even 19 also released. Okay. Like that we every month okay, the difference new versions are releasing. That is the main point of this. So anyhow, this is the basic information about this concept. Okay, yeah. So now you can ask me one question. So what are the more advantages this react.js is providing for us? Okay, already JavaScript is there. Okay. So compare with the JavaScript, what are the additional features we have in this React.js? So that concept we need to discuss. Okay. And next point, we need to discuss what are the differences between this React.js and JavaScript. So that one also we need to discuss. So in this introduction part, any questions you have, any doubts, you can ask me if you have. Hmm? No doubts. Okay. Now we are starting features of React.js. So if we compare with the JavaScript, so what are the features we have in this React.js? So that topic we are going to discuss. Okay. Now, yeah. So I will explain what are the features we have compared with the JavaScript. So those features, I will discuss this concept in the next class. Before that, okay. So what are the pattern we are following here? Okay, which pattern we are following and how to means so which way, what are the topics we are covering, and that information about this batch I am providing to you. First of all, here this is 7 to 8 batch. Okay, React.js. So started from today. Okay, initial 4 to 5 classes they're providing demo sessions to you. Okay, after that, so that is payment sessions. It is converting, and I will discuss the JavaScript because to learn this React.js, JavaScript is prerequisite. So first I will discuss the JavaScript concepts. So we are covering the complete JavaScript concepts. Once JavaScript is completed, then only we will start the React.js. Okay. Yes. And next point is So for JavaScript, we are spending around 20 days. Okay. Yeah, only for JavaScript, we are spending around 20 days. After that, we are starting the React.js. Is it clear? Only for the JavaScript, I'm spending around 20 days. Okay. And next point is, yes. So here, every day, class notes and recordings, I will upload into Google Drive. Okay. You can access those concepts from the Google Drive. Okay. The programs, class notes, recording, everything I will upload into that Google Drive. You can download from the drive. Okay. Yes. So this is the pattern which I am following, and course duration is 65 to 70 days. Okay. Yes. We are spending 65 to 70 days. So that is the duration of the course. Yes. Yeah. So demo classes means I don't repeat the same concept which I discussed today. So it won't repeat in next class. I will explain the new concept only. Okay. Yes. So this is the pattern which we are following. And demo classes, we are spending 45 to 50 minutes. After that, 1 hour session, 7 to 8. Okay. Yes. So I discussed what is React.js and what are the means why we are using this React.js, what is the client side script, what is server side script, and who implemented this React.js. Okay. So where we are in the client side scripts. Okay. These points I discussed. So any questions you have in this point of any doubts? No doubts.
No, sir.
Yeah, you can ask. Who is this?
No, sir. As of now, I understood the concept.
No doubts. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So in React.js, I will cover the class components and functional components, life cycle hooks like use state, use effect, we use reducer, like the many life cycle hooks we have, and the communication with the okay. So the database and server side API services calls, Ajax concept. Okay, I told you just here one point I shared to work with the Ajax. So we're spending around 3 days with this Ajax. So that time only how we are discussing how to fetch the data from database, how to work with this. Okay, so this type of all concepts we'll discuss. And next, we are covering so bootstrap integration, everything. Okay. Yes. So only for React.js, 45 classes we're spending. And JavaScript, 20 total, 65 to 70 classes, working classes. Okay. Yes. So if you have any more doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will switch up because I don't know the reason. So very less people are joined today. Maybe they will increase by tomorrow. Okay. Yes. So any other doubts? Okay. Then fine. So you can drop now. See you next class. Thank you.
Thank you.